6262. This weather is brought to you by your local Safeway water dealer, who would like to remind you to drink plenty of water each day to keep the doctor away.
WOCA, WOCA.
1370 WOCA.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking Tuesday morning. Hope you're doing well. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center to remind us that our job in making sure there's a blood supply is simple. Just go and donate blood. And you do nothing. You lay down. They do everything for you. You answer a few questions, and you could eat some popcorn or whatever you want.
That's right. Have a drink. You're all set.
Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you?
I'm in Ocala. I'm just dropping off the kids to school.
All right. Second day of the second week. Make a wish.
Yeah.
It's good luck. Second day of the second week. How is the blood supply right now?
We're okay. We really need O, and we really need A negative. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now.
Busy day over at the hospital. You guys going? You said your wife is going over to the hospital, right? The open thing.
Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah. Tom's going.
Does the intensive care unit typically use more blood than a non-intensive care unit? Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. So if you can, go donate blood. Galen will let you know. Any questions you have, by the way, interrupt us, because we purposely have Galen on for this time so that if you have questions, you can ask them. But what we do to occupy our time is we have fun. So we do have something fun and sports related, by the way, today.
Interrupt us with good blood questions.
Yeah, good blood questions.
Not random things.
Yeah, right. If you have a blood donation question, that kind of thing. Anyway, Penn Flooring makes this all possible. They provide quality customer service and beautiful flooring. They've been doing that for over a quarter of a century. They're a family business, if you didn't know. Stop in and visit the spacious showroom over at Penn Flooring, located at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, by the McKay-Williams Bridge, which is the bridge that crosses the railroad tracks on 17th Street, just a few blocks from Pine Avenue. Go in there and check out the samples they have and see what, in your mind's eye, what your new floor will look like in your home or your office. And
that's beautiful.
Could be anything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Today is, in addition to National Whiskey Sour Day.
Yes, I like that.
And National Secondhand Wardrobe Day.
Yep. I'm wearing that.
And National Banana Split Day. It is also National Kiss and Makeup Day, Galen.
Wow.
So.
But that should be every day, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but today is the official day. So I have the top 10 sports apologies.
Sorry.
Top 10 sports apologies.
So sorry.
This is going to be interesting. That's fun.
There we go. Before I tell you this, though, did you hear this story? Do you know who Gabe Kapler is from the Dodgers?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the news on NBC Sports? This is from NBC Sports. This isn't like some way out crazy newspaper. NBC Sports. Gabe Kapler is the Dodgers director of player development. He's 40 years old. He's probably in better shape than somebody who's 25 years old. He is often writes articles about nutrition, exercise, all-around self-improvement. This is not an apology story, by the way. I'll do that after this. Anyway, he had done a non-scientific study to test something that he thinks is probably true. He says, according to Kapler, if men want to be as fit and strong as possible, they need to expose their testicles to sunlight.
Oh, the trio.
Well, it doesn't say the trio. It just says testicle.
His grandfather did.
Kapler cites studies that show that vitamin D absorption is way more potent when the sun is applied to those boys. Vitamin D deficiencies are a major cause for lethargy and weakness, and supplements simply don't do the trick as much as letting the, quote, boys see a little sunshine. In a less than scientific study, several ball players who have asked to remain anonymous
Love the term.
spent their off time during spring training at nudist resorts and reported noticeable improvements in stamina, strength, speed, and agility.
Absolutely.
Speed.
Hey, whatever it takes to win, Larry.
Now,
win at all
so
costs.
my question to you. Now, you haven't done the study, and I don't know if you want to participate in anything. I'll sit on the roof with you if you want to give it a shot.
Paddock Mall is a great roof,
You
too.
know, I'm going to go that solo or bring my wife. I don't want another man up there.
But I mean, do you think this is akin to the putting on your sweater so that your team wins? Is this just a superstition, or do you think there's really something to this?
Who knows? I mean, vitamin D is important.
It is.
I mean,
And it gets absorbed.
I mean, listen, I could tell you this: you don't want to get too much sun down there.
Oh, I wouldn't want to. I got too much sun on my legs, and I would want that pain there.
And you know, you want to be careful on the sunscreen. You don't want to get carried away.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you got a partner.
Oh, I wonder if sunscreen would ruin the vitamin D absorption.
That's why Larry's not on the roof with me.
All right, ready for the top 10 apologies? The top 10 sports apologies. Okay. Number 10 is Tim Tebow. This apology
Really?
this apology is a little different from any of the others on the list.
Oh yeah. This is one of the greatest college football speeches in the history.
All right.
Football.
He says he didn't do anything wrong that required an apology. He simply lost a game. He makes the list.
What makes it great? You know what makes that great? This speech great is that he did go on and went undefeated and won the national title. I mean, if they go out the following week and lose, it doesn't mean anything. But since he won, it's everything that Tim Tebow's about. If you ever heard the speech, he gets really passionate. He goes, "You're never going to see a team work harder. I'm going to work harder, and I promise you, we're going to give 100% of effort." It's an awesome speech. It's got to be in the Tim Tebow highlight reel.
Is that right?
Sure. If you really want to get fired up.
So they have two.
If you like Tim Tebow, watch him.
They have a quote from the apology, and this is what he says: "To the fans and everybody of Gator Nation." This is, by the way, for those who don't know, after Florida lost to Ole Miss in 2008. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
They played like crud.
Okay, he says, to the fans and everybody of Gator Nation, I'm sorry, extremely sorry. I got the song in my head.
I know.
We wanted an undefeated season. That was my goal, something Florida has never done here. I promise you one thing, a lot of good will come out of this. You will never see any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season. You will never see another player push his team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season. You will never see a team play harder than we will the rest of the season. God bless. Oh gosh! Now you make me want to go actually watch it.
Oh, you got to! It's fantastic, and then of course they went on to win the national title.
All right.
Now again, if they lose, nobody remembers it. You know, and that's what makes the speech great, because it's the embodiment of Tim Tebow. This is his junior year, and you know he had just won the Heisman, and yeah, it is the classic Tim Tebow.
But this seems
fast too. It's like 30 seconds. It's not a long speech.
But this seems to apply not just to sports, but to anything. If you're starting a business, if you want to make yourself better, I mean, that's what it appears to me to be.
There you go. Yeah, right.
You don't quit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it works
just
better
move
in
forward.
sports because sports is such a results oriented, and there's a scoreboard and there's 100,000 people cheering you or booing you. But absolutely,
Yeah, but
that's why those sports metaphors work.
The sports metaphor works. I mean, right now you have two boys and a wife cheering you. So I mean, you are the quarterback for the team.
Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes you have to have National Makeup Day.
Yeah, there you go. You can call up your wife and say, "Ooh, I'm going to start a fight with you, and then we're going to have it's National Makeup Day,
That's
so
right.
then we can have fun when I come home."
Got in a war with the whole family on Sunday, Larry, because I made it National Sock Reconciliation Day.
Oh.
I just set it a holiday once a month. I have a whole box full of socks that don't have a match.
Oh man,
crazy.
You got to take care of that problem.
I went on a tear, and I ended up finding like 40 pairs of socks that are now usable. because they have to match.
And I can appreciate this because I don't know. I mean, if you have to cut corners because of budgetary reasons or anything, but I always think there's no reason why I should have to settle for anything less than the best socks.
Exactly.
Or the best underwear. I don't see why I have to settle for less than...
What's your go-to brand then? I mean, for socks.
Oh, I go to the Big and Tall Man shop next to the Freddy's.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yep.
Because
yeah, I know where that is.
Because I got big feet and they've got socks that fit.
Mm-hmm. And they're good.
I agree with you. Two things. It can ruin your day. An ill-fitting pair of underwear. You know, if it doesn't sit right, whatever your style, whether that's a boxer, a brief, or whatever, if it doesn't sit right, you're not comfortable, you're not relaxed, you're not at 100%. And there's nothing worse than your sock being messed up in your shoe. Sorry.
All right.
Those are two. You're right. Those are two killers.
Exactly.
I'm apologizing right now for my socks
and your underwear.
So we've got 9 more sports apologies.
Maybe we'll get to them
after the break. And if we don't, then I'll have to apologize. Try to get to them. We'll be right back.
I didn't know.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, a mix of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm around, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior. The high today, 91 to 95. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in the area early tonight. Otherwise, partly cloudy and warm overnight, those 73 to 77. Times of sun and clouds tomorrow with a couple of thunderstorms around, mainly during the afternoon hours. The high 88 to 92. Thursday, variable cloudiness with a shower and thunderstorm, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Yes, she's coming to Ocala, and you don't want to miss this high-flying musical. The Ocala Civic Theater has done it again with the performance of Mary Poppins. Don't miss the magic live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater. Mary Poppins, a perfect treat for the whole family. Performances from September 3rd to October 4th. For tickets, call 352-236-2274.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us #1. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
There may be another reason our pets are getting fat. Because no matter how much food we give our pets, they still control how much they consume, right? Enjoy some guacamole. Experts say avocado has healthy, unsaturated fat, which can lower your bad cholesterol. Women say they want a man who watches football but also loves shopping and who's not afraid to cry during movies. It would seem that women have high expectations when it comes to the perfect man.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. All right, we've got some apologies we need to get to. Otherwise, I'll be apologizing. All right, Marion Jones from the Olympics. You remember her story in 2000?
Steroid user.
Steroid user, yes. In the year 2000, she said, "It is with a great amount of shame that I stand before you and tell you that I have betrayed your trust. I want you to know that I have been dishonest, and you have the right to be angry with me." What amazes me is that steroids must actually work.
Oh, heck yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, there's physical evidence that works. I mean, it improves your recovery time. It improves your muscle twitch so you can react faster. Yeah.
Well, she must have known she was going to get caught. I mean, those people, why put yourself through that and then achieve something really great, but you haven't really achieved it because you cheated?
Well, Marion Jones made millions of dollars. And, that's why people are willing to put their body in. And what steroids can do to your body if it's not done properly is pretty horrifying. But they do it for the glory. They do it for the fame. They do it to have people remember them forever and to be the very, very best. And in their minds, they rationalize it.
That's horrible.
And it may have contributed. I don't know. This is a bystander's question more than a statement, but I always wondered if it contributed to Lance Armstrong's cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And now, Lance still to this day, it says that he didn't start using steroids or human growth hormones or anything else until after cancer.
After the cancer? Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't believe anything that Lance Armstrong says.
Yeah.
I mean, and Marion Jones said the same thing. She fought it. She said, I never did it. I didn't do it. And then the world, I forgot what they're called, the World Doping League or whatever they are, they said, fine, we're going to just take you to court. We're going to sue you. And then she realized, oh, my gosh, I'm going to get caught on perjury charges and go to jail. So I'll admit that I did this. That's the only reason why she admitted it, by the way, is because she was going to jail.
Wow.
So.
Mike Tyson is number 8 on the list. This is when he apologizes for biting Evander Holyfield's ear off, or part of it, back in 1997. And the curious thing about this apology is he never apologizes to Holyfield.
Oh.
No, he doesn't.
He says, I was going to try to imitate him, but I'm horrible at that.
That's my Mike Tyson. That's all I got right there.
That was good. That was good. I just snapped and reacted and did what many athletes have done and paid the price for it. I apologize to the world, to my family, and to the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I apologize to MGM, to Showtime, to Don King, my promoter, to my team, to this wonderful city of Las Vegas that has hosted so many fabulous boxing events. I only ask that it's not a penalty for life. Evander, I'm sorry. You're a champion. He does apologize. What he says?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Tyson is really changed his life and who he is, and he's now, a loved champion. But he was not right for a long, long time.
I think he should market a grill. That might help his.
That would help.
He doesn't need to. Foreman made. Foreman was almost broke when he came up with the George Foreman grill. So Tyson just came off of Broadway, had a hit show on Broadway where he got up and just talked about himself. It was on HBO. He goes all over the world for appearances. He's doing fine. George is doing better. Let's be honest. That grill still makes money.
And he's honest.
It's like the #1 selling kitchen appliance of all time by like 5 polls or something crazy like that.
Wow.
We had one for a while. I don't know what happened to it.
Everybody's had one. They're fantastic.
Number 7 on the list of top sports apologies, Gilbert Arenas. Am I saying his name right?
Yep, sure.
What happened to him?
Got in a fight and got suspended from the league for a long time. It was a big brawl.
And he was storing his gun collection in his locker at the Verizon Center.
Well, that's going to happen, Larry. I mean, that's a good place.
Is he a football guy or baseball? What does he do?
Basketball.
Oh.
Basketball. And again, let's be honest, if the zombie apocalypse happens, you're going to need your armament wherever you are, right? You're going to need that in your workplace.
He said the guns in his locker were there because he didn't want to keep them at his house around his young children.
Correct. So bring them to an arena.
Exactly.
Here's an excerpt from the apology. He says, joke or not, I now recognize that what I did was a mistake and was wrong. I should not have brought the guns to D.C. in the first place. And now I realize that there's no such thing as joking around when it comes to guns, even if unloaded. I'm very sorry for the effect that my serious lapse in judgment has had on my team. What? That's not as embarrassing a mistake as these. What's the name again? Ashley Madison.
Yeah,
these Ashley Madison stories.
You got to remember, though, Larry. You got to remember, guns in D.C. Those politicians and there's lobbyists that are anti-gun. They made that a big deal. So, I mean, let's be honest. That happens in Ocala, Florida. People are like, oh, yeah, let me see your gun. You got a gun?
Right.
It all depends on where you're at and what the acceptability of the culture is. And D.C. is, I mean, granted, they kill more people than anybody else I think in the world, but them in Detroit, but they're anti-gun.
All right, here's a baseball apology. This is Steve Bartman in 2003. Game 6, 2003, Wrigley Field.
Horrible.
The Chicago Cubs led 3-0 in the 8th inning with 1 out, and a win would send them to the World Series. That's when Florida Marlins' Luis Castillo hit a foul ball down the left field line. Steve Bartman, reached to catch the ball that, how do you say his name? Moises Alou had positioned himself under. The ball was deflected and landed in the stands.
Here's the sad thing about that. So, of course, the Cubs go on and lose because of the cursed Cubs, and then the Marlins go on and win the World Series. The thing is they ridiculed Steve Bartman in Chicago to the point where the kid had to move, he had to change his name, and he went into hiding. And to this day, he still hasn't come out of hiding.
Is that right?
Because they followed him to his house. They just destroyed this guy. All because he wanted a souvenir, and he's done what 1 million people have done. Maybe not 1 million, thousands of people have done, is reached over to catch a foul ball. Now, you could argue that that ball was not going to be in play and that it would have hit the wall before it hit Moises Alou. You could also argue that, hey, you know what, suck it up, Cubs, and make an out. You could do all of those things, but instead, Chicago Cubs fans now just blame it all on Bartman. And there are Cubs fans, and they're like, yeah, if Bartman doesn't get the way of that ball, the Cubs win the World Series. I'm like, no.
Wow.
There you go.
All right, the next one is an actual player of baseball, Mark McGwire.
Steroid user. He lied to Congress and said that he never used steroids. This is when, if you remember, steroids was a big problem in baseball. And Congress came forward and said, hey, we want to have a public hearing, and they invited all these players. You know, there were like 6 or 7 of these players who are very prominent in the game. Mark McGwire, home run leader several years in a row, brought him forth, and Mark McGwire never said a word. And then it turns out 2 years later he gets tested positive for steroids, and he admits that he used steroids throughout his entire career.
Wow. And that was on the Bob Costas show? Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's where his first apology was. Yeah.
All right, I think I can get through all the rest of them. Let's say I got 4 more. Kobe Bryant is number 4.
Yeah, he cheated on his wife.
Kobe Bryant.
He actually got accused of rape, and he admitted having sex with this woman but didn't rape her. Paid her money and she went away.
Paid her money and she went away. All right, number 3. Sports apologies. Is Tiger Woods.
Same thing, almost the exact same thing. Slept around all with his wife and ruined his image.
So his apology was 13 and a half minutes long.
Oh my gosh.
13 and a half minutes long.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's because it's Tiger and he just yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead.
All right, number 2 is Alex Rodriguez.
Steroid user.
Oh my gosh.
Denied it. And then Major League Baseball kicked him out of the game for a year. Denied it, admitted it. But it was just a long time ago. And there you go.
All right, and today is National Kiss and Make Up Day, so forgive all these guys.
Yeah.
No, can't do it. There's a couple of guys on that list that are not can't forgive him.
But I do have number 1 here.
A-Rod I can't forgive because he's a Yankee. Let's be honest.
Who do you think is number 1 on this list?
Oh, apologies. I don't know.
Michael Vick, number 1.
See, okay. All right.
This is for the dog thing, right?
Penalty. He paid such a penalty. I mean, I think we all agree that what he did was wrong. But he went to jail longer than people who kill people for manslaughter, for
first-degree
murder, second-degree murder. He went to jail for what, 3.5 years?
We
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Some dog though had have a hard life after him.
Exactly.
Galen, where's the Bloodmobile
He didn't
today?
kill anybody. He didn't drink and drive. He didn't shoot anybody.
Right.
Bloodmobile today is at the Walmart on Silver Spring Boulevard, so on East 40. Yeah, Silver Spring Boulevard.
And I do have to say it's really nice that LifeSouth Community Blood Centers, every week they have the Bloodmobile locations in the Ocala Star Banner and in the Marion Citizen on Highway 200. So it's really great you get that press coverage.
Well, thank them for letting us do that. I mean, that's why we can do it, is because they allow us to
We do it here every day.
That's right.
Every day.
That's just it.
Every day.
And I don't have to apologize.
No, you don't. Galen, have a great day.
All right. Bye, y'all.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro. Positive signs for U.S. stocks. Dow futures up about 3% after the China market plunged nearly 8% overnight. Investors are suspect of China stocks, and some may have to cut their losses.
A lot of people will have borrowed money to buy those shares, and the bank will then, as part of that, set a floor. So once the shares drop to that limit, they will require people to cash in their positions. The short-term pain here.
Sky News' Katie Stoller. China announcing another interest rate cut. Crews from all over the world helping battle wildfires in the Pacific Northwest, and neighbors helping neighbors.
Firefighters have moved on. They did a good job here. You see smoke in the fire, you do something about it.
He lives near the deadly Okanagan complex fire. Navy car driver Justin Wilson has died a day after being hit in the head by debris that broke off from another car at Pocono Raceway. Fox News, we report, you decide.